Hello, husbands. I am Indumati Karthikeyan from InKar IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the 3rd March current affairs. The topic taken from the daily edition. The topic is liquor mafia. This topic comes under our GS to government policies and intervention for the development in various sectors and issues arising out of the design and implementation. In this topic, we are going to discuss about the what are the history of the prohibition in the liquor and what are the anti-liquor movements and what is the current status of the prohibition in the liquor and also what is the current status of prohibition liquor in world and also in India and what is the rationale behind the prohibition of the liquor and what are the constitutional obligation health benefit that is a gender violence reduction in crime and also what is the counter arguments against the prohibition of liquor like economic loss right of choice and what are the government being unable to effectively implement the prohibition of liquor and what are the corrective measure can be undertaken. These are the topic we are going to discuss today's news. First of all, why it is in the news. That is, since prohibition was enforced in the Bihar in April 2062, over the dozen village chowkidars that also prevent the detect crime have been killed allegedly by the criminals involved and also the illegal manufacturing and trade of the illicit liquor in a state. That is a Amnath Twitty. That is a report that struggle was doing their duty to living for fear. First of all, the term prohibition refers to the legal prevention of the manufacture, storage, transportation, distribution, sale, and consumption of the alcoholic beverages. That prohibition and temperance have been overlapping the history in many countries since ancient to and still today. Ancient time that Aztec civilization and feudal Japanese society. So the anti-liquor movement in the West, the 2 centuries old, that and abstinence pledges was introduced the churches in the United States as early as 1800. One of the landmark of internationalization of the movement was the organization of the World Prohibition Conference in London in 1909. So these are the history today current news that current status that is most countries have introduced prohibition have been withdrawn or liberalized to measure the liquor like US, Japan, China. At present, there is a complete prohibition of liquor in some 5 countries like Middle East and North Africa, including Afghanistan, Libya, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, and Sudan. Some other countries like Burma, Comoros, Iran, Kuwait, Maldives, so that prohibit alcohol for the Muslim citizen only. So the United Arab Emirates allow to some sale of alcohol that except the region of the Sharjah. So these are the current status of the alcoholism in the world. And also there is a Indian status. First of all, India, that is a entry 51 in the state list makes the alcohol for human consumption a subject matter of states. It provides that law and charge duties that alcoholic liquors for human consumption at present ban exist in the states of Gujarat, Bihar, Nagaland, Mizoram, while partial bans are existent in the Lakshadweep and Manipur. Some states like Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala had tried to implement the prohibition of the liquor but abolished if due to the ineffectiveness. So, what are the rationale behind the prohibition of the liquor in India? First of all, it's a health benefit. That is, a drinking liquor places an adverse impact on the human health. It diminishes the utility and functioning of the vital parts that especially liver, kidney. So the WHO, according to WHO, the harmful use of the alcohol is a casual factor. More than 200 disease and injury condition and globally 3 million deaths occur every year due to this harmful use of alcohol. There is a constitutional obligation. There is a Article 47 of our Indian Constitution, that is Directive Principles of State Policy, which give the measure to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and also improve the health condition. That further, state shall endeavor to bring about the prohibition of the consumption of intoxicating drinks and the drugs which are injurious to health. And also there is a curbing gender violence. That is a several studies have pointed out that direct correlation between the consumption of the alcohol and gender violence. That is a, including domestic setting. That is a Bihar had found that 40% ever married women aged about 15 to 49 reported that they are experienced the physical, sexual, and also emotional violence by the husbands during the previous 12 months. So these are the gender violence against the female, and also there is a reduction in the crime. The reduction in alcohol consumption will also decide to reduce the crime in the society. The intoxication impairs an individual's ability to distinguish between the right or wrong. So the Asian report says that is a prohibition of in Bihar noted that there is a 66.6% dip in the case kidnapping for ransom, followed by the 28.3 dip in the murder cases and 2.3 in the davaiti. And also there is a economic stress to addiction that alcohol creates a severe hardship, especially in the poor families that make members tend to spend more on alcohol due to their excessive addiction. This is turn reduces the budget for spending the essential item in many cases. And also there is a counter argument against the prohibition of alcohol. First of all, it's a right of choice. A total ban goes against the individual right to choice and undermines a person's freedom. And also there is an economic loss, that is a the Indian made foreign liquors that industry contributes over INR 1 lakh crore in tax every year that supports the livelihood of 35 lakh farmers families. So provides the direct and indirect employment of the lakhs of workers that employed in the industry, and also support the ancillary industries in like glass, plastics, papers with a turnover of 6,000 to 7,000 crore. And also there is a bootlegging, that is a failure of ineffective implementation gives the rise of bootlegging, that is the illegal protection, transport and sale of liquor, that is a liquor mafia's image which keeps supporting the illicit liquor with no quality checks to the masses. So it will automatically defeats the purpose of the prohibition of liquor and gives the rise of the organized crime as well, and providing the health impacts that many people lost their lives by consuming poor quality illicit liquor. That is a huge news reports that indicate as many 60 people have died being consuming huge in Bihar since November 2021. And also there is a populist measure that like cities argue that alcohol prohibition is merely used as a political card that especially women voters, and also it doesn't solve the problem as people addicted to alcohol end up consuming the huge that illegal alcoholic substances whose impact the similar even worse or legally manufactured alcohol. And also there is a many judicial burdens in that in tremendous burden on the court enhance the pendency of the case. Example, till February 2020 around 2.14 lakhs cases were registered under the Bihar Prohibition and Excise Act of 2016. And also there is a government that is unable to effectively implement the prohibition of liquor. First of all, there is a prevalence of corruption. There is a many corruption nexus between the liquor mafia, overlooked and the underground activities. That is a local officials. Police mafia nexus problem is not limited to India. It has been evident that US as well as during the period of the prohibition in the year of 1920 to 33. There is a dynamic modus operandi. There is a unlawful place that is a keeps the changing for the line time to time. That is a place production, mode of transportation and code language keep on changing, which are very difficult to detect. And also there is a neighboring countries, the liquor gets smuggled from the neighboring states, that is Dama neighboring to Gujarat had a per capita consumption 56 liter per annum against the national average of just 4.3 liter per annum. So the data shows the play critical role that meeting a demand of the Gujarat, and also huge supply of workforce. There are supply of unemployed youth who wants to make the quick money and smuggling illicit liquor. The youth who get caught and quickly replaced for the bail can be easily obtained due to the nexus with the officials. And also there is a high degree of addiction is one of the problem. The ban doesn't reduce the demand of the alcohol, that rather intensify the people are willing to risk their lives. These are the things the government being unable to effectively implement the prohibition of the liquor. There is a many corrective measures need to taken. First of all, there is a policy makers should focus on training laws with encourage the responsible behavior and also compliance. And also there is a drinking age should be made uniform across the country, and the rules should be strictly implemented. The tough laws should be made for the implemented against drunken behavior in public, domestic violence, alcohol influence, and also the drinking and driving. The final thing is the government should set aside a part of revenue earned from alcohol for the social education and de-addiction. The community-based approach should be adopted to tackle the problem of the alcoholism. There is a prohibition of liquor is not the ideal solution to check the overuse of alcohol and curbing its harmful impact. On the contrary, the multiple studies that is shown in the prohibition proves the counterproductive. The focus of these policymakers should be promoting the moderation and also the temperance. Thank you so much.